Hello and welcome back to the channel. This isn't a video that I thought I'd be making a couple of days ago. If you've seen the video where Nathan and I predicted where each and every team would finish up in the championship this season, I mentioned that I may not be able to get many championship videos out this year, but I have got a couple of hours spare this afternoon, so I will bring you my prediction for game week 1. These games take place on Friday the 4th of August and conclude on Sunday the 6th of August. We start off with Sheffield Wednesday coming up against Southampton. Wednesday, of course, promoted from Division 1. Southampton, the Saints, relegated from the Premier League. Southampton still got an amazing abundance of talent throughout their ranks. Sheffield Wednesday, all sorts of issues off the pitch. Southampton look really strong, so I'm going to go for, unfortunately, a loss to the Owls. I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday 0, Southampton 2. We then move on to the first of the Saturday fixtures, where Blackburn Rovers take on West Brom. Now, both Nathan and myself predicted both of these teams to struggle slightly this season. West Brom without really much firepower up front, although they got a lot of creativity in their ranks. And Blackburn Rovers don't really know what to expect with them. So I'm going to sit on the fence with this one and I'm going to go 1-1. We then move on to Bristol City taking on Preston North End at Ashton Gate. Again, 3 o'clock this one takes place. Bristol City want to get off to a good start this season, but all the teams will, won't they? Preston North End, a bit of a stall in the Championship. I fancy Bristol City, the Wurzels, the Robins, if you like, to take all 3 points in this encounter, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win. We then move on to Middlesbrough, coming up against Millwall up there in the northeast. Of course, Middlesbrough, the likes of Cameron Archer, who had so many goal involvements last year, will sorely be missed, but they still got a lot of quality throughout their squad and team. Millwall, I've tipped them to do well this season as well. A very, very tight encounter. Millwall won't want to give anything away, but I think being at home at the Riverside Stadium in front of a massive crowd, I'm going to go for Borough 1, Millwall 0. We then move on to Carrow Road, where Norwich take on Hull City. Now, myself and Nathan have tipped Hull to do some really good things this season. Norwich, again, like the likes of West Brom and Blackburn, may have some issues scoring this season. Don't fancy Josh Sargent in front of goals, but with Ashley Barnes joining the Canaries ranks, you never know, he might be able to flick something onto Sargent. He might bang a goal. I think this one will end up all square, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. We then move on to New Boys, Plymouth Argyle taking on Huddersfield. Now, home park there on the south coast should be full to capacity, taking on Neil Warnock's Huddersfield. We always say Neil Warnock's Huddersfield. He's from that area, of course, or he lives there usually. Yeah, that crowd behind Plymouth, I fully expect them to roar the Pilgrims to victory, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 home win. We then move on to Stoke City coming up against Rotherham. Rotherham, plenty of experience at the back and up front. It's just whether they can keep up to pace with the rest of the teams in this division. Stoke City brought in a lot of new players, a lot of exciting new players this season. Will take time to gel, but I am going to go for a home win to the bottom, so I'm going to go 2-0. We then move over to Wales, where Swansea City take on Birmingham City. Birmingham, a lot of new players coming in to St Andrews as well. Swansea, now under the stewardship of Michael Duff, will try to employ a new style of play. They're going to take time to gel as well, but recent victories over the likes of Reading in pre-season, I actually thumped them. Coming up against a Birmingham side where it may take a little bit of time for them to settle, so I fancy the Jacks in this one to win 2-1. We then move on to Vicarage Road, where Watford take on QPR. Both of these teams, I think, will struggle this season, if you recall our previous video. QPR, oh dear. Yeah, I'm going to go for a home win to the Hornets in this one. Watford 2, QPR 0. Then we move on to the King Power Stadium, first of the Sunday fixtures, where Leicester City take on Coventry. Probably the fixture of the game week. Leicester City, so strong throughout their ranks, flexing their muscles with bringing in multi-million pound players, but to Coventry have brought in the likes of Sims amongst others. So Could be goals galore in this one. However, you've got to fancy the Foxes at home, first day of the season. They're going to fancy their chances, and I think they will win 2-1. We then move on to Elland Road, where Leeds United take on Cardiff City. A lot of new recruits coming in at the Cardiff City Stadium. The latest one, of course, is Josh Bowler from Nottingham Forest on loan for the season. Leeds United, a lot of players going out the door, but they have still kept a lot of quality as well. Nonto has recently turned down the chance to go to Everton. So, a tight one. Cardiff City have sold out their full allocation for away fans in less than 24 hours. So there's going to be a raucous atmosphere at Elland Road. However, it pains me to say, but I think Leeds will come out with a 1-0 narrow victory. And then the final fixture of this game week sees the Black Cats of Sunderland take on Ipswich Town. Ipswich will be brimming with confidence after gaining promotion from Division 1. Scoring over 100 goals last season, the most in the First Division, and Sunderland had an excellent season last year as well. Few new recruits there, lots of excellent young players. So Ipswich go there hoping to get something, and I think they will. I think this one's going to end up all square 1-1. So that concludes my predictions for game week 1 of this new EFL Championship season. I am running a predictions league again this season for the EFL Championship. There's a link in the description and the code should be on the screen now. So make sure you get over there and take the likes of myself and Nathan on and see who can win the predictions league come the end of the season. But for now, I'll bid you farewell. Enjoy the first week of the EFL Championship and see you all in the next video.